Yeah. This your boy DJ Cree. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking a little bit of time out to explain my process, man. This a little tutorial, whatever. This is gonna be my first time doing a tutorial. I want to put some of my artwork out there, man. I also make beats and stuff, but right now, this is focused on how I my workflow and everything. This is Flash. No, my bad. This is Adobe Animate, the newest version, the 2019 version. So, I'm just letting y'all check out how I do my lines, my artwork. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do a little bit of inking, but I'm not gonna go too crazy on it. But I just want you guys to, check it out. Now, the first I use the pen tool. I mean the pencil tool. I use the pencil tool. So if y'all could check this out, pencil tool, blah, 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 blah. The reason why I use the pencil tool is because it's easy to resize, you know what I'm saying, without losing too much depth. Everything's in order. I don't use the brush tool that often. Okay. I also, just for reference, I got a Microsoft Surface 2, the ones, the laptops where you can draw on the screen, the touch screen, and it comes with a pen and all that. So this is what I have when I'm starting out any of my drawings. And if you don't know how to draw, I suggest, man, download as many tutorials you can, download as many references, in your weak spots. That way you can get better. But all right, let's get started. Right before I do anything, select the pencil tool and I do a sketch. My sketch, I always go to ink. Ink, you get real squiggly lines. And the only thing it's good for me for is sketching. But before you even make your first sketch or whatever, make sure you're snapping. All your snapping is off. Make sure your guidelines, you don't have no crazy guidelines, no grids, no rules, whatever. Make sure all this shit is off. And if all this stuff is off, it gives you a more accurate, it's more accurate in the end. So what I do, I sketch out some shit. Let's see. Sketch it out. You know what I'm saying? Sketch it out, blah, blah, blah. Now, sometimes I do use the little circles and all that, but for speed, right now I'm just kind of winging it to let y'all show y'all how I really, do this. Keep your lines loose. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to be super detailed. Keep them really loose. Then when you come in and zoom in and out. You know what I'm saying? Like you can see right now, it's almost copying exactly what I'm drawing, which is great. Flash is known for fucking up. So, oh yeah, excuse me cursing so much, man. I got a potty mouth, man. I do make beats. I'm in the studio a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I do make beats. I do rap and all that. So, but just sketch it all out, man. Sketch it. Keep sketching. Make sure your proportions right. Now I'm eyeballing this right now, but like I said, a lot of times I do use the circles and all that good stuff, and I will be drawing more accurately. You see how I'm zooming in to get specific details, because sometimes it acts crazy when you don't zoom in. You know what I'm saying? But keep it moving, keep it zoom in and out. You know, make sure your proportions are decent. I'm not a professional artist, man. It's a hobby thing. Oh, shit. It's a hobby thing for me. So, but I have seen online where people give you information, but it's not like easy information to digest. So I, I like to have shit simple, you know. So this is just a rough example. Now with the eraser tool, you could come back and shit. You can kind of clean up some of it. So 50, take it down some. Use the eraser tool to thin it out just a little bit around the areas so you can get more of a basic structure. All right. That's looking pretty good. And yes, I have my own little style going. So you a lot of times you may see me just draw random guys, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not really gonna be drawing too many superheroes that you don't know. I do draw them, I do animate them, but you know, usually I'm drawing my own stuff. You know, I don't want no copyright strikes against me. I don't want subscribers that bad. And then once I get the basic layer down, the sketch layer, and like I said, you can sketch as much as you want and get it as good as you want it. But when you get it to a point where it's like, oh shit, you know, I can work with that. You know, you work with it. Go in to the layer properties, transparent. I got it at 89%. Bam. Now it's transparent. Lock that layer. And then change your pencil tool to the smooth tool. Now I have this properties at high. Wait, let me see. Yeah, I have them at high. I have it all. The reason I have it all the way up is because you guys remember, I ain't got no snapping, no align, no grid, no none of that on. So what it does, it's like nothing will really mess it up. But make sure you zoom in kind of tight so you can get those lines as smooth and as crisp as possible. And you'll start to see, you know, everything shaping up and the actual drawings actually become pretty easy. You know what I'm saying? Like all this, I'm just drawing with a stylus and my Microsoft Surface. The stylus came with it, but you can see that already. That's like, it looks like a cartoon, or the quality of drawing that you would see. I recommend, man, save some money and get you a stylus and a tablet. You know, if you can't afford an expensive one, you know, get a cheaper one and start out from there, because your artwork is probably going to look its best. Your artwork is probably going to look its best when you have a stylist or whatever, you know. So, like I say, just keep adding the details, and wherever you putting your line work and throwing it together, man, it becomes super easy. And for a while, I struggled with I struggled with the snap, and one day I just decided to turn it off and sketch it out, do my loose sketches first, and that helps with the accuracy and your proportions. So if you got a weird proportion or something, it's easier to correct. So, just advice to everybody. I'm sorry if I'm being boring. This is my first time doing it. I do got some personality, man. It'll come out probably in other drawings and stuff like that, man. I'm gonna draw as much as I can, and I'm doing it kind of fast too, because I want to get to the coloring part too. So, I usually do the ear. Like I said, if you guys need help with proportions and stuff like that, man, look over a lot of tutorials, man, and to get a better understanding of proportions and anatomy and stuff like that. I'm not the best at anatomy, but at least I could say, I'm all right with it. But yeah, if y'all ever see any of my artwork, most of my artwork looks more comic book style. Slab. I don't do a lot of. I do a little like anime type style / comic book style. So my shit is kind of in between it. So you won't see a lot of. If you're an anime fan, you probably won't see a lot of stuff. Now I'm going over the lines because you can delete these lines. Just click on it and backspace or delete, or or if you got it programmed, whatever, however you want to get it done. But that makes it easier to fly through the drawing, and then with these lines you can edit and manipulate it. So it's just the line tool for me is a pretty good tool, but for some reason the defaults to the line tool are shitty. So that's why most people who work in Flash do work in the brush tool. But like I said, I'm the type of artist, I don't want to draw shit 100 times. I don't want to keep having to go back and draw. So what I do is make my assets, and I'm able to scale them up or scale them down or manipulate them to a degree that you can't when you're using the brush tool. Because when the brush tool, everything doesn't stay uniform. So I like that flexibility. So we're almost done here. How many minutes? Okay, we still got time. I don't want to bore y'all half to death. I've been putting music in some of these tutorials so y'all won't be bored as hell. But this is my first one, and I just wanted to introduce the way I do things to the world. Hopefully somebody looks at it and be like, hey, that is a cool way to do it. And also, with the line tool, you can edit it through the convert. Pull them out just a little bit so you can get that little round edge and that round touch to it. All right. And after that, like I said, inspirations. I'm just sitting here shooting the shit. Definitely Jim Lee. I would tell you that straight up. Jim Lee. If y'all don't know who Jim Lee is, he is a comic book artist, man. Probably had the most epic, drawings and stuff like that. He did X-Men, and I think he's working for DC now doing the Batman stuff. I'm not sure which comics or whatever. I was a big comic book guy. I'm not really that much of a comic book guy now, but I looked and studied a lot of Jim Lee art, when I was younger. So that's why I have this specific style. I ripped off a lot of anime and did threw a little bit of Jim Lee in there, and I'm paying homage. So, all right. See, it's harder to draw if you ain't got no reference. I should have made a reference for the collar, but I think I'm all right for right now. Cleaning up this. Oh shit. I'm sorry, y'all. I normally wouldn't go this fast, but I am speeding through it. See how it's jagged? The more you... Oh, shit. The more you zoom in, the smoother the line. So, try to keep it as zoomed in as possible when you're doing stuff. I still don't like that line, but I'm going to keep it anyway. And we're going to do something for the collar. Okay, there we go. I'm going to keep it like this. All right. Once you got, let me save it real quick. I have not saved this. Let's see. I just keep it untitled. Wait, no. Let me just keep it untitled 12. There we go. Once you got, whatever you want or however you think, is best and you feel like that's cool, then you can either delete that sketch layer or hide that layer. Go into your paint bucket, pick out a skin tone of some kind. This is gonna be a black guy, so we're gonna start with a brown. All right, easy. That's another thing about Flash, man. The coloring is super easy on it, so I rock with it. You know what I mean? Zoom in and close the gaps. So there we go. There could do black eyes for now. I'm just trying to get through it, y'all. So bear with me. Do like a green army type vibe for the collar. And if you really don't know how to use these tools, man, go look at some tutorials on how to use the tools. I'm just really trying to show people how I use the how I draw in it, and that is an accurate, like a super like clean, clean looking one. And I see a lot of people who draw on it, man, they really don't draw super clean or super accurate, but they do it with the brush tool, and I hate the brush tool. I really do. Now, for the actual shading, I actually saw another YouTuber, I forgot his name, I want to give him some credit. For the shading, go to a color that you probably wouldn't normally use and just outline where you want the shading to be. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me for my rush, but I'm rushing. So just get in all the little areas that you would think you need shading for, and because this if you're not familiar with Flash, this may not make no sense, but it'll make sense after I get done with it. All the little areas underneath the nose, around the nose, behind the eye, blah blah blah. But this is not going to be too detailed in shading, just to give you guys a kind of like a little brief little lesson in it. And I could do the eyes. I could do the eyes too. All right. Once you got pretty much, let's see, shadow can come down there too. Once you got pretty much your shit set up, pick your color, and then go to the B. I think that's for black. Put some black in it, and just color. And it's easy, 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 easy. You'll be able to get a lot done in a little short amount of time. Same thing with the greens. Color pick it, get it in, put a little bit of black in there. You don't have to put black, but just make sure you find a color that suits it. And we'll do the same. Now I put my black stuff, I never have a black. I always keep it a real dark shade of gray. That way when I go to shading, I could put a darker tone underneath it for the shading. So even my black has shading on it. My black colors have shading. So that's another trick. All right, just double click. I'm just double clicking the lines, the red lines that I made, and it automatically searches for those red lines, and it deletes those and just delete them. And that's the beauty of coloring like this. It's quick, it's simple, it's easy, it's precise. So you have less time fiddling around with how to get this to be a certain way. All right. And I was gonna do the eyes. Let me see. Then go over to this one. Do the same. And my animations and stuff, man, it's the same way. I use the same technique for all of it, and I can show you guys ways to color your stuff and stuff like that. You know, and also you can edit the way your shadow hits after you put it down. So that is a pretty cool example. You know what I'm saying? Thank you guys. Just put any questions in the comments, and if I know the answer, I'll let you know. But I'm not very knowledgeable on being a professional artist, but I can tell you some tricks and things like that. But as you can see, the quality of it is super dope. You know what I'm saying? I like Flash a lot, and I know it's better probably animation programs out there, but if you're a beginner or if you're comfortable in Flash already, you know, I don't see the need to really switch up, you know, unless you got a different type of pipeline going on. But that's it. You know, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you rock with me, man. I'm doing more tutorials. You know, I got animations coming out with my characters. So just holler at me. Yep.